Hey guys, this is Dan from Generation Productions, and today I want to talk about some of my custom action figures and things, because during sometimes in my spare time, sorry, let's go check that. Sometimes in my spare time, I do custom toys, because basically I'm a toy collector. I collect toys and things, and sometimes I just want to customize some figures because some of them aren't very accurate. Yeah, and then sometimes also I eventually end up selling those customs. And today's custom is some Nickelodeon, where was it? Nickelodeon's Classic Collection 2012 action figures. So I'm going to do a little bit of a review on them as well. Have like a bit of a toy review and slash customs. Let's get into it. And the theme song, Teenage Mutant Turtles theme song, is from Erik Lindberg, and go check out this guy's channel. Yeah, he looks pretty awesome. Go check him out, and go show your love and support for his channel. So, without ado, let's have a listen to his Teenage Mutant Turtles theme song. So now let's have a look at some of these figures. Thank you very much for Erik Lindberg. Go check out his channel. Yeah, go check out his channel for some of these things. So these are some of the figures from that line. This is Leonardo. I've got all the Teenage Mutant Turtle figures from this line. This is Leonardo. Now the custom parts are sort of done on him was basically colour his shell a bit and also colour his belt buckle. Basic review: his swords come out. They can unsheath and resheath back in the back of his holster, or whatever you want to call it, at the back of his shell. Which, by the way, I still can't really understand how the turtle can actually go to the back and grab the weapon. I mean, I never actually really understood that. I felt that maybe Leonardo should have actually had his his holster, sheaths, or whatever you want to call them, at actually his sides, because it would have made it a lot more easier to pick up the weapon if he had it from his side. So maybe that's something for Nickelodeon and whoever else has the Teenage Mutant Turtle license in the comic book world to actually try that, putting the actual sheaths or even holsters or whatever you want to call them actually on the sides of Leonardo instead of actually on his back, because like I said, imagine trying to actually reach back there. I mean, especially in the middle of a combat situation, it's especially that one that's further away. I mean, look at that gap. I mean, trying to actually get back there, I don't even think I suppose he sort of can. Yeah, I suppose they sort of can reach, but there's a bit of a way that seems to be having weapons on your back. I still don't think is a really good idea. Especially when it comes to Leonardo, because like I said, it's very hard to reach back there, especially when you've got that big bulky shell. So I reckon if a toy company, like I said, Playmates or Nickelodeon ever want to try, and Viacom or whoever wants to try and actually do another figure, maybe putting, like I said, a sheath-like thing back here. Another interesting tidbit is that these sheath sections can actually be removed from the thing, and I think that's supposed to look more like a cartoon accurate variant. Let me just show you. Because in the animated series, the cartoon animated series, there was no actual these sheath things. These came with the comic books, and I believe came with the the movie. I don't really think these sheaths actually were on the original Turtles. So you can remove that and actually do something like that, where you've actually got the swords actually not actually mounted to anything. Again, I still think either way. Well, actually, the Turtles could actually probably reach it better. Leonardo probably could actually reach it better with it like that. Maybe that's the reason why the animated series did it that way. I don't know. But yeah, just give me a second. Crikey, just had a little bit of a technical glitch here with the belt. But there we go. Without the sheath on it, there we go. Or basically, the sheaths on the back. I think that makes the turtle look a little more interesting per se. But like I said, I reckon that option to actually remove the sheath was part of the idea for the fact of, like I said, the movie version had it like this. The comic book version had it like this. I don't think the actual 1990s or 1980s 1980s, 1990s cartoon series actually had it that way. I think they actually had it without the sheaths. But either way, you can actually remove that panel. So if someone didn't know that already, yes, with the Nickelodeon collection, a classic collection Turtles, you can actually remove that. I don't know if you can do that with the movie ones, but for the animated Turtles, yes, you can actually do that. These guys have a lot of points of articulation. They've got a swivel at the arm, swivel at the leg, knee joint, trying to think of it, ankle joint. Even the toes have actually got joints in them, so you can actually flex the toes up or down. So yeah, same with the fingers. There is actually joints for the fingers, like the thumb and the actual fingers. So you got that. You also got a head swivel. You've also got a crunch swivel, but because the shell and the belt sort of impede this motion, the actual swiveling of the chest or crunch in the chest is very, very very hard to do. But I'll get out probably Raphael or Michelangelo, and we'll see about that swivel, see if the shell actually still does impede it, because these guys do have straps, so the same thing would be the same with Donatello. So that's Leonardo. That's who we have here, is Leonardo. And now we move on to Donatello. Now Donatello again has the same the same sort of things, where you got the knee and the toe joints, and the same thing where you can do a spread. You can do various motions. Again, like I said, I think the belt and the shell don't exactly do a really good swivel pivot in the actual chest area, but it still works quite well. Again, we've got the thumbs and the fingers that still work. You got the swivel joint in the actual shoulder. Again, the weapons do actually come out of the sheath at the back, or holster at the back, sheath or holster. Again, interesting enough, this is the funny thing. A little bit of an inaccuracy with these turtles was, well, actually, the only one that was accurate was Donatello, because he's got like a white bow strip. That was actually cartoon accurate. With all the other turtles, their weapons are actually coloured to their various turtles, like Leonardo with the blue, Raphael with the red, and Michelangelo with the orange bands on their weapons. Whereas in the actual cartoon show, you would notice that those are actually white or brown. There was actually no colour distinctions on the actual weapons. I think a lot of that was also the same thing with the reason why the Turtles also originally in the comic books had red headbands. I think the idea was that you couldn't distinguish weapons. There was even a cartoon special, I think, in the original and even in the 2005 Turtles, or 2003, 2005 Turtles, where they actually swapped each other's weapons. And when they swapped each other's weapons over, so in one instance there was, I think, an episode where Mikey was holding Raph's sai, for example, to try and trick, I think it was the robot turtle, Metal Face, or comment below if you remember that the Mecha Turtle that came in. I can't really remember off head whether it was Metal Face or don't know exactly. Can't really remember. But during that episode where they had to fight this mechanical version of themselves, they swapped each other's weapons over so that the computer couldn't analyze the data properly and didn't know which turtle to fight. So I think that was Metalhead. But anyway, so back to the toy review. Like I said, back to Donatello. Like I said, he still has a head swivel, arm and knee joints, and everything is pretty much the same. You can get a lot of good poses with these turtles. Like I said, it feels like they're very much cartoon accurate. So if you ever want to get your hands on some of these turtles, I think these are pretty much a very good representation. Of course, there are many toys now that do a better job of capturing this animation turtle style, but for this one it was quite good. I coloured the turtle shell and also coloured the belt buckle, so that's only custom sort of thing there for that. We also had, now coming up to Michelangelo, the party dude. Now, interesting enough, his weapons are actual nunchucks, but not just any nunchucks. They actually do have a range of swinging action motion. But they can be oh wait a minute. Sorry, just wait a second. They can be held as well, still like most of the other weapons of the turtles. Like so. Again, good for display purposes, but like some of the other variations, this chain, you can only swing it if you're actually holding it. I mean, the actual figure can't actually swing the nunchucks. But, yeah, again, they're still quite cool. Again, we see, though, with the nunchucks, their detailing, and like I said, again, has this sort of orange band to distinguish that the nunchucks belong to Michelangelo. Although these colour schemes, like I said, as you see with Michelangelo and Raphael with his sais and Leonardo with his katana, the concept I think actually came around like 2003, 2005, where the weapons were actually coloured on the animated turtles then. And since then, every iteration of the turtles after the 2003, 2005 turtles have had their weapons actually coloured. But for the most part, most of the turtles never actually had their weapons actually coloured. But again, with Michelangelo, let's have a little bit of a review. He's still got a swivel at the arm. You get this nice arm movement and elbow joint movement and wrist joint movement. You've also got this nice head swivel. Spread. Nice spread. You get the knee joint, toe joint, ankle joint. You can do all sorts of swivels and things like that, so you can get them into all sorts of neat poses, like like the karate jumping and stuff like that. The very good posability, and then we also have, like I said, now this is the interesting part, getting to the chest thing. Now, because there is no actual strap here, I reckon that actually means you can actually spread it. Actually, oh, there we go. We sort of did get the crunch is actually a little bit further, as you can see there from the side view. You can actually get a bit more of a pivot and swivel actually in without the strap on. Yeah, well, there could be a sexual joke there, but I'm not going to go there. Anyways, the point being is, yeah, that's the main thing. Also, again, I coloured the shell and the belt buckle. So, because the belt buckles they came with these figures actually were black and yellow, and that's not actually cartoon accurate for the original show Turtles, but it was for their various media stuff. Like a lot of the comic books and books had the yellow with the black on the inside, and that was also, I think, with the original 1988 Turtles that were released as well, had the black on yellow belt buckles. But for the classic cartoon Turtles, that was not the case. But yeah, we do have some great articulation with Michelangelo. Definitely reckon if you're a Michelangelo fan, this figure is definitely for you. This figure looks absolutely brilliant. There's a few things there, but the only problem is I seem to have issues with these turtles, which I haven't really noticed before until now, is that there are little clips and nips from the mouldings of the turtles, so that's a little bit annoying. But on the flip side, they still are very cartoon accurate, and if you overlook some of the little failings, they're still very beautiful action figures. Then we get to Raphael, and Raphael, of course, as we know, is the rebel of the group. But again, he still has, like I said, the articulations in the arms, shoulder. Even you can actually swivel the wrist. Yeah, of course, you've got the fingers that can actually, do things like that, and get a nice fist motion happening, mainly for holding the weapons, but also can actually have a good punch motion kind of look to it. We still have the swivel. We still have the leg, knee joints, and we can still do a spread or a karate kick. Still do things like that. Again, we still have the same free motion. Oh, hello. I didn't notice that could happen. Oh, hello. That wasn't supposed to happen. Basically, this seam seems like you can actually remove certain parts as well, which I don't think that's supposed to happen. Maybe it's because it's a hot day here. Maybe that's sort of weakened the plastic a little bit, so they could actually pop off certain sections. But I think with these kind of figures, is that they're built in such a way that you probably just snap them back in if they pop out. I don't know, but that's a possibility. Again, with my custom, is the belt buckle and also the back of the shell. Because basically there was no dark rings or lines on the actual shell, and I thought the original cartoon actually had that. No, it actually doesn't. But it still makes the shell pop, and I think the kind of darker lines on the lighter shell, I think, were actually on the movie versions, the 1990 movies. But I still love that. I still think it looks absolutely awesome. If you want to go pick up these turtles, I think they're absolutely brilliant. And finally of all is the stands. Now on the stands, on the case of the stands, I've also customized the stands. So each individual turtle comes with the coloured logo and their name colour as well. We can see that with Raphael's and Leo's manhole cover stands. And as far as we can see, if we just quickly pop Raphael here onto the stand, you can see for yourselves the stand still looks quite good. Just wait a minute. It's coming undone. Because I didn't pop that in properly. So, for some reason it won't go in properly. But, there we go. So, basically on the stand, still looks quite good posed. I mean, for what it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it looks very, very cool. So, I did do a various round of, like I said, that sort of thing, but you can pose them in many different vocabularies and locations. I think I may have some photos here I've done. I'll just bring up for you on my screen here to show you a little bit of the stuff. Let's see, where are you? So, again, I'll just bring up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme song again. So here we go. That's the way they originally looked. So yeah, there we go, people. So there we go, people. Just a little bit of a brief overview. Yeah, the figures look quite nice. Also, I am actually selling these figures because basically I need more room and stuff for my figures and action figures collections. So I think it's just high time I got rid of some action figures in my collection, so I can probably get some other action figures I'm actually interested in, or actually some models or something else to actually do that with, or whatever. So what I have here, I'll just bring it up, is the actual listing. So here we go. This is my eBay listing for people to go check it out. That's the turtles up for grabs, my custom turtles up for grabs. I think I might leave a link in the description below, but there we go. And also we have about 4 people watching already, so yeah, there we go. We have a lot of 83 people watching, but 4 people actually put it on their watch list, so who are interested. So people go and actually go look these up, my customs, or even not my customs. I mean, these action figures are quite good, but I still feel like some figures that they will degrade over time. So the best thing for these kind of action figures, I believe, is probably best to put them in a place that's probably got a display cupboard that has some sort of sun protection on them, because I think these figures will start to corrode over time, and because a lot of plastics do corrode over time. That's the problem with a lot of collecting action figures and things, is knowing how to look after them. because a lot of figures over time, the plastic does break down, or the vinyl, or whatever it is they're made from, the resin, or whatever they're made from, the plastic or the resin actually breaks down with a lot of figures. So that's what I'm going to be selling on my eBay at the moment. But if people want to go check out my eBay, let's go have a look. See, if anyone wants to go check out my eBay, it's HHLN 1789, and with my picture. So people, if you guys want to go check it out, be free to go check it out. Okay, catch us all later, people. Bye.